Much attention has been given to the plastic bag, which has even been referred to as South Africa's new national flower. However, the plastic bag is only one of many items which contribute to making our towns and cities look unattractive and uncared for. It is not just the aesthetic impact of litter that should be grappling for our attention, but also its impact on all our nation's water system. Litter poisons aquatic life and enters the food chain. Ultimately, not only is the very life of our rivers and oceans at stake, but so is the health of our nation. Just as predictions of water shortage may motivate us towards new strategies of conservation, the immediate urban litter pollution crisis have catapulted us into action for sustainable solutions that will involve all the key role players. We need to develop integrated catchment litter management strategies in consultation with all various stakeholders that will serve both the needs of the community and government. This integrated approach has three main elements. Firstly, planning controls, which ensure that correct decisions are made regarding land use and urban design. Secondly, source controls that aims at reducing the amount of litter entering our drainage systems through refuse removal, street sweeping, aggressive educational campaigns, and strict law enforcement. And finally, structural controls that assist in the removal of litter that manage to enter the system. Methods of structural control include litter traps and storm water treatment.
If we look at the role of local government, I think we should emphasize more on educating the people as opposed to doing more cleanups. The problem is that we very often embark on cleanup campaigns, but it's simply not sustainable.
Realizing that cleanup campaigns may solve the short-term aesthetic problem of litter, but are not sustainable for the long term, is crucial in the development of an integrated management strategy. As we strive towards transformation and nation building, the management of litter must become a core concern. The presence of litter on our fences, in the drains, or on the streets of our communities is a visual clue to the condition or decline of a community.
If we think of litter just as a mechanical problem, then we really have a problem because we don't have an holistic view of the problem which is underneath it. The way I see it with litter is that it expresses a symptom which is for something which is much bigger.
Understanding why people litter is often the first step in developing an effective strategy for the solution of the problem before resorting to mechanical intervention.
People litter because they are unhealthy and they are lazy to go to the bins.
People litter because it's either they ignore the bin or it doesn't see the bin, it just throw it away.
People litter just simply because of lack of litter bins around town.
I think people are not responsible. They need to be educated how to be responsible people.
I need the people to litter to get the job.
I believe it's more a social problem than anything else. I define it in accordance with Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And in this country where we have so many people, a large percentage of our population in South Africa in actual fact lives within a poverty scenario where they have no ownership, they have no land, they don't even know sometimes where their next meal is coming from. They really don't want to hear about whether they threw a piece of paper on the ground or dumped the builder's rubble around the corner when they're busy creating a little home for their families.
The emphasis on the social side of littering is simply because it is a human behavior problem. And we certainly took the position all along that if you can change people's attitudes, you were a long way towards solving the problem itself. If you can persuade a person that it means something not to litter, or it means something to pick up the piece of litter, then you may have solved the problem without recourse to any further technical intervention.
Persuading a nation not to litter is a task that relies heavily on the source control aspect of the integrated management approach. Not only do we need to educate our children and community residents, but also the people who clean our country's streets and water systems. They need to be made aware of the important role that they play in preventing flooding and pollution. It is not simply a matter of out of sight, out of mind, but rather assistance in the development of a mindset that allows them to see the consequence of poor work practices.
This is the rubble that the people throw in the canal, and I just want to ask them if they can stop, please.
While plastics contribute as much as 66% of litter in our drainage systems, metal, rubble, garden refuse, and even local supermarket trolleys block and contaminate our water systems. Activities that could assist in both the control of this litter and the improvement of the quality of storm water could include better placement of bins, more frequent collection of litter from all communities, monitoring the methods of street sweeping, job creation around the collection of litter, educational campaigns, development of awareness and community organizations. Recycling campaigns such as Collect a Can have proved that by enlisting community involvement, you can achieve great strides in the management of litter. Campaigns that concentrate on recycling are able to reduce the quantity of litter by as much as 50%.
It makes sense if you get community involvement on waste management. You can then also link that with job creation as well, because then there's more ownership if the local people are involved in the jobs rather than bringing people in from the outside.
While community involvement will go a long way in contributing to the management of litter, the problem has more facets that need to be addressed, and reliable services in all communities is just one of those concerns.
Right at this moment, the huge contribution being made by solid waste to create an improvement in litter, dumping and waste management is the decision that was taken and acted on to provide proper services to each and every resident within our metropolitan area. That being a weekly door-to-door service to each and every resident, no matter where or how they live, and to plan proper scheduled cleaning services which have never been done in this country before.
Now is the time to move away from paradigms and methodologies of the past if we are going to serve the people of our nation and protect our water resources. From the poorest of the poor to affluent residential dwelling and industry, we need to identify champions in our communities and then begin to listen, and listen hard, because if we fail to practice an integrated approach to waste management that includes all the key role players, we will soon be overwhelmed.
The prognosis, if we don't do anything about the litter problem, is that ultimately all our streets will be full of litter. All our stormwater systems won't work anymore. Every time it rains, the communities will flood. You will not be able to swim in the flays or rivers that might be nearby. So basically, it's really a scenario I don't think anybody would like to see.
If we don't intervene and undertake education programs, projects, good services, all the good governance issues that we need to address, will be a fast downward spiral of this country, economically as well as environmentally.
If we do not do some planning and get together and trust each other and work together, we simply will keep on getting an untidy environment, an unhealthy environment, wasting our resources, leading to frustration and wasteful spending of money on endless cleanups.
I think we as the community, we must stand up and clean up our community, so to help our children and ourselves as well.
As individuals, communities, local governments, NGOs and civic organizations work together, dialoguing, listening, and planning, we can create sustainable projects that will not only enhance our environment, control flooding, and improve the quality of our water, but also assist in controlling the effects of litter on our environment, making our day-to-day management easier. As we work together improving our environment, we will leave a legacy of dignity and self-respect for all our children.
The parks and the street, together as one we can all keep it clean.